Welcome to the third episode of Fine Tuning with Markus Maticic. I'm stoked today. I can't even talk because I'm excited. Angela Perley and her lead guitarist Chris Connor are here with me as my guests. And we're going to hear some music. I'm so stoked. I'm a big fan of this band, the Howlin Moon, and they have a new album coming out. So we're going to talk about that. But if we can kick things off with a song, we're going to hear a brand new one.
Yes, this one is called Snake Charmer.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Fake it, won't you fake it for me? We both know you just want what you can't keep. Break it, oh, break it clean so it don't hurt much in the morning. She throws all her words in pairs, go long and distant stares. She's a real snake charmer, and all the fellas they say she takes away their pain. She's a real snake charmer. In hard times, how they follow me like an old friend, whistling on the street. Make it, won't you make it seem that you're just hanging on to someone else's dream. She throws all her words in pairs, go long and distant stares. She's a real snake charmer, and all the fellas they say she takes away their pain. She's a real snake charmer. She's a real snake charmer. She's a real snake charmer. You're just passing me by like a shooting star, hellbound and born to die. And I know what you really need is a cold shower and some strange company. She throws all her words in pairs, go long and distant stares. She's a real snake charmer, and all the fellas they say she takes away their pain. She's a real snake charmer. She's a real snake charmer. She's a real snake charmer.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
That's a new song.
Yeah, brand new song.
It's going to be on the new album.
Yes, most likely.
And when, most likely. Okay, cool.
We've learned never to predict.
You know, you never
Okay.
know, but
Right
now it's sounding good.
Well, that's good, though, that you have maybe more songs than you need.
Yeah.
That's got to be a nice problem to have.
It is. It's good.
Okay. When can we expect? Can we expect when the new album?
Yeah, well, definitely sometime either in May or June of this I guess, late spring, early summer. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, I don't get a vote, but if I'd vote, that song would be on the album. If you guys want to check out Angela Perley and the Howlin' Moons, social media, right? Just at Angela Perley.
Yeah, Angela Perley and angelperley.com, and that has all the band dates coming up, and we'll have all the merch and album, orders up there too.
Awesome. Yeah, and again, you can listen. She's everywhere. Spotify, and then obviously the website to purchase the music. So definitely take her out. You guys got a couple albums out already. So this is the third full LP, right?
Mm-hmm. Number 3.
Oh man.
Just like podcast number 3.
I know, right? That worked out well. We didn't even plan it that way. A couple shout outs, though, if you guys are going to check out some tracks. My personal favorites include Milk in the Fridge, Athens, Dandelion Kisses for sure, and Easy. Those 4 I would recommend. I recommend all the albums, but those are my top tracks. White Doves is good too. We were talking about that one before we turned on the recording. You guys are 10 years now, right?
Yeah. I met Chris, and the band kind of formed in 2009. Mm-hmm. And we've been kind of going since. And at first I was definitely not very experienced. I was, playing music for fun, and I had a couple different bands in college, but I definitely took me a while to find my voice, and through EPs that we first started as a band. So I really feel like the last couple albums, it's it definitely has evolved, and probably 2014 was when it really started kind of kicking off. We started touring, and I'm a slow budding flower.
Oh, man, hey, sometimes it's like fine wine. Yeah, it gets better. 10 years. All right. And I'm interested in this because a lot of people have this idea of what it would be like to be a road musician, tour as a band, live this kind of life. I'm sure you had those ideas when you were first starting out, what it would be like. But now 10 years under your belt, how does that compare?
Definitely. I think it's, I used to have this kind of romanticized idea of a band, and I still do, and I still am in awe of bands where it's the same people, and they're in it together. And we kind of started out a little bit more, we never had really a solid, we had there was 3 of us. Mm-hmm. It was Chris, myself, and Billy Zano on bass, and we had kind of a rotating cast of drummers because they were in different bands. They'd help out on studio albums, but then we'd, pull them in for live shows. And but it's just kind of for doing music this long for 10 years, I've kind of realized that everyone has their life and different things that they're passionate about and different projects they're in. So it's kind of hard to keep a band together. So we've kind of embraced that the last couple of years into our band being more of an extended family of musicians that we really respect, and more of a kind of a collaboration in that way. But also just finding out kind of how to survive on the road. It's not, it's such a great experience, but it's also just financially to make that happen with just 4 people. And we've, we would love to have we've always had keys on our albums, and we started off with actually 5-piece, but it was just, I was booking the shows at the time, and the guy we had too was also a professional musician. It was he couldn't just do a free gig, for tips somewhere, play for tips. So it's just kind of the balance of art and making a living with art is definitely interesting.
And just being realistic and overcoming obstacles. So there are obstacles, and just pushing forward and not letting things get in your way of, what you want to do, which is connect with people and create music and create art.
Right.
It's definitely not an easy life. It's not an easy task. It takes a lot of commitment. And from the people that I've seen as I've traveled around, it takes a special kind of person. I mean, a lot of people love music, a lot of people love playing music, but to actually devote your life, and this many resources, and you make a lot of sacrifices for it. So I think that's something that doesn't always get talked about, the sacrifices that come, because people see you on stage and you get attention, and it's like, okay, great, they get and that's obviously one of the highs, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you're giving up a lot.
Yeah, it's super challenging, and that's part of the fun, actually. It's really challenging, and it's so rewarding and so fun. So many aspects of just playing music are super exciting and fun, and we're hooked.
Yeah.
Well, and you guys look like you have fun playing. When you see if you guys go to YouTube and watch any of the videos, or check them out at a show, they just look like they're having fun on stage, which is just.
That's my
sometimes you see people and it's like, okay, it's another job, it's another gig, but I don't know. You guys just look like you're enjoying yourselves.
It's the highlight, and that's another thing about musicians and about bands. I think people think, in their mind, they're like, oh, they're on the tour bus, or they have they're partying the whole time, or it's really active. But a lot of times you're waiting around hours, the most exciting thing is yes, we get to play now. Right. So it's that's our, there's a lot always leading up to the show, and the show is usually the smallest part of the day, but that's our favorite part. Right. We're I get to bend some strings and sing and break out the old saw.
Oh, the saw, yeah. Angela Perley plays the saw, okay? Let's just put that out there right now. You guys want to check out Easy. That's why, Easy's a great song, but it's because just the instrumentation on that is unbelievable. I love it. Does it get harder? We already said this is the third album, and you've written a lot of songs. Now that you guys have kind of, you have a fan base, you have a pretty loyal fan base at that, and does it get harder as a writer, knowing that people are actually going to, more people are going to hear it than maybe when you first started out?
I think I try not to think about it too much, Right. But I think I'm definitely, both Chris and I are very driven people, and I feel we're always challenging ourselves and pushing the limits. So I think even just my expectation of myself in the next album, okay, this, but it always ends up being organic. With this album, every time I'm always oh yeah, the next album, you're writing to prepare for that. But, it always ends up not really being planned. With me, it's just it always ends up being songs I've just been writing throughout the year that then I just kind of collect together and just see if there's a collection. I never intentionally I'm going to make this kind of album yet. Maybe someday I'll do that at have time. I feel it just life, kind of happens. But yeah, I try not to think about it too much, or keep other than just my own critique of myself and expectations on myself, that I kind of always trying to push the limits.
Mm-hmm. And then I'd imagine too, and because I know from my experience, the more I kind of travel around, the more a lot of songs are observational, at least for me. So as you guys tour and everything, does that contribute to what you guys are seeing as well, and then how it translates into the songs? Definitely.
I would say touring, and even though I feel I always kind of take in when we're out on the road, I feel we take a lot in, and then it's late at night once I'm back home, then I'm oh, I can, this kind of, it changes your perspective on the world, these experiences you have, places we go, towns we visit, people we meet. It just definitely is a huge part of the songs, which is, I guess the thing that I would tell, younger bands that, want to tour, it is a struggle, financially at first, but for the experience alone and how that affects you as a person, your songwriting and your art is just extremely rewarding. So
yeah, I get a kick out of it. I love traveling. I'm totally addicted to it. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Again, AngelaPerley.com. You guys can check out the show dates. They play they get around for sure. A show in Georgia, shows in Tennessee. Obviously, we're recording here in Newark, Ohio, at Earthwork Recording Studio. Columbus is home base for you guys.
Columbus is home base.
You guys play all around Ohio and in the Midwest.
A ton of Ohio shows, regional shows. The farthest west, we've been doing a lot of like Colorado, Utah, and then I guess East Coast, like New York City, Boston, Texas, South. But just the circle keeps expanding slowly.
They're logging miles. They're putting miles on the van, and that's what good bands do. Can we got another song, right?
Yeah,
all right.
definitely.
And this one, if I'm not mistaken, is Green Eyes.
Yeah,
right?
Green
I'm
Eyes.
gonna need a second here to tune up.
Yeah, let's retune.
We just hit 208,000 on our van. It's a 2013.
Nice.
So that's all highway miles, really.
Wow, 208,000. Did you guys buy it new?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's what, 40,000 a year?
Yep. Pretty
Wow.
much. Yeah.
That's
It's
impressive.
been intense. It's
pretty
fun when you
crazy.
start to know your way around the country a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially when you're driving it. I think if you're in a bus or in a van, don't get me wrong. I'd love to be in a bus, have someone else driving, but when you're driving all the miles, it is fun to get familiar with these roads.
Well,
and
I don't
just
know
these
about you
areas.
guys, but I mean, a lot of times when I'm traveling, I'm sleeping in the van, so it'll be like I'll pass an exit and I'll see. I think I stayed there.
You're like, you're like,
one
you're
time.
like,
I think like 5 years ago, I slept at that Shell.
you're like,
you know,
I know this gas station. You're like,
that's how you know you've gotten around. When
you're
you
like-
start
you're
recognizing
like, yeah,
change.
they got the RX bars here.
Yeah, right.
You're like, this is crazy. Like, we're very particular. But I feel like even with musicians too, I feel like if it's like the food, the coffee stops, it's a whole part of the thing.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
the right gas stations.
Yeah.
Get our favorites.
All right, second song, Green Eyes.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I feel something good is coming over me, baby. I said I feel something good is coming over me, baby. No cares, I'm not scared. I got 2 tickets and I'm taking you with me, yeah. You give me green eyes in the morning, baby. Sunshine in my heart now. Green eyes in the morning, baby. Sunshine in my heart now. Sunshine in my heart now. Oh, oh, they can talk all they want to. I said, oh, oh, they can talk all they want to, but all I really wanna do is get somewhere alone with you, yeah. You give me green eyes in the morning, baby. Sunshine in my heart now. Green eyes in the morning, baby. Sunshine in my heart now. Sunshine in my heart now. Oh, oh, you're cool like rolling thunder. I said, oh, oh, into your easy chair, yeah. You give me green eyes in the morning, baby, sunshine in my heart now. Green eyes in the morning, baby, sunshine in my heart now. Give me green eyes in the morning, baby, sunshine in my heart now. Green eyes in the morning, baby, sunshine in my heart now. Sunshine in my heart now. Sunshine in my heart now.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Thank you guys for doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for having us. This is fun. It's funny, like we've been doing some of the like duo stuff, but I don't think we ever do just like acoustic guitars. So this is fun. Kind of hear it a different way.
Yeah, it's fun. We've done a lot of work with Earthwork as well, and we tracked a lot of the original tracks for their new record here,
tracked the
right
album
in this
here.
room. So it's kind of fun to sort of be talking to you about the new record coming up and sort of can revisit
In the spot where it all began, which is really exciting.
Where the magic happens.
Yeah, I love the studio.
Everyone keep an eye out for social media with the updates and stuff for this album. I'm super stoked to hear it because if it's anything like the first two, I know it's gonna be the next step forward. Again, AngelaPerley.com. All her social media links are there. The music's there. Shows are there. Support this band. They're doing good things, and we need more music like this in our lives. So thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
And hey, everyone out there, thank you very much for listening. It's episode number 3, so we're going to keep trying to push this thing forward. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think. If you guys have any band suggestions, artist suggestions, I'm looking into doing some poets. Obviously other songwriters and bands, painters. I'm interested in talking to any creative people. I don't know. It's just something special about people that create things that they're very passionate about. And I find that interesting. So let me know. You guys can find me on Instagram and stuff as well, Markus Maticic. And that's Maticic. And you'll hear from me next month. And until then, y'all do me a favor and believe in yourselves. And y'all have a good one.